in my Pilates studio. I own a small little boutique Pilates studio in downtown Louisville, Colorado, which is part of Boulder County. And I've been teaching at the studio, owned the studio for 4+ years. So Pilates is my thing. So welcome to Pilates Fit and Strong. I'm not going to go through my bio because you can just read all that. I want to get started because this is a short session and we have a lot to go through. So I'm going to share your screen. Let me share my screen in a moment. Give you an idea of what we're going to do today. We're going to do a short PowerPoint presentation, and then I'm going to do a workout. I would love for you to join me on the workout. You can watch if you like. That's totally up to you. But my purpose of this workout today, but first of all, number one, it's not a beginner workout. I want to set that off. This is a workout that's a little bit more intermediate to advanced. I will show modifications, absolutely, but we're taking it a little bit beyond. But I'm also going to be incorporating some props today. And the 4 props that I'm choosing to do today are 2 products for the Physical Mind Institute, who is the organization that I have been affiliated with since I started teaching Pilates back in the early 90s. Oh my goodness, it's been a while. And I'm also going to be using a ball and a Parasetter. I think that's it. So Parasetter, a ball, and I have a block out there, but you can do this workout without any props. But I want to show how props can really enhance what we do in a Pilates session. And those of you that are Pilates instructors know that Joseph Pilates was a genius of a man that loved his equipment, boy. He loved to create all different types of equipment. And all of those were created for a specific purpose. And I'm going to cover the products later. What I want to do is go through with a little bit of the theory of what I want to talk today. And today it's Pilates Fit and Strong. I am a big believer that Pilates can make you super strong in body and mind, and it can also make you fit. But it's not the only end all. So we know that we have to have a number of components and to make sure that our fitness is done appropriately so that our bodies react. So we need our cardio, right? So oftentimes in Pilates, we may not have that option in a mat class. So we also need our cardio, and we also need strength. Pilates can give you strength, but if you want beyond what we can do in a Pilates room, we have to take that outside and into the gym, or your home gym these days, right? So anyway, I'm going to share my screen and begin with you so we can get started. Let's see, share screen here. Share, there we go. I want to go to here, share, and I'm going to go to slideshow from beginning, go. There we go. All right, and just give me a moment here. I'm going to bring some things down so it's out of my way. This is a little tech thing. I got to slide this thing down a little bit, and I'm going to see if I can go to the next slide. It takes a moment for this to start going and allowing my arrows to move. Come on, please move. There we go. All right, so we're starting with a few slides. If those of you were in sessions earlier, you've probably seen many of these slides. These are slides that talk about SCW. I am so thrilled to be back and have the opportunity to present. I was presented at the very first SCW in 1989. It's a long time ago. And look how, remember, yeah, Diane, she's got a thumbs up. Yep. I'll never forget that convention, because that was the very first convention I ever presented at. And I'm thrilled to see how SCW has grown over the years. And they are online. They are hopefully will be live, I think, coming into the fall. Keep everybody get vaccinated, right? And see how things go. We're on a roll, and I see light at the end of the tunnel. SCW has a huge social media network, so make sure you connect with them on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. They do great webinars. I'm actually doing a webinar next, one on the future of group fitness right after we finish the session. So if you're able to come to that, come and join us. We'll be doing that as well. Live stream certifications, right? Look at all those certifications. For those of you back in the 90s, know that I started with the Pilates mat work way down in the corner, all the way down there, and look at how many they have aspired and been able to bring on, giving the ability for the fitness professional to be armed with so much education from some of the top experts in the fields. Many of those experts are my very close friends. I miss them. I miss the traveling and all those people we used to hug, and hoping that this is going to come soon. We still chat. We get on Zoom call, and we like do these virtual calls and Zoom calls, but we sure miss those live trainings for sure. But this is really great. On top, this is something new. They're now doing an on-demand service, very reasonable, $6.58 a month. That's pretty reasonable. and you're getting leading presenters to do an on-demand network so that you can take your education and your workouts to another level. So that's available for you as well. And then online CEC videos where you can get your education, short videos, right? Maybe 3 hours at most, and you take a test and you get your CECs, and boom, you can renew your certification. They have all the resources you need, and you just go to scw.com. Mania is back live. I think I talked about that. Midwest, Dallas, and Boston are scheduled as long as things go. As you know, with COVID, things change every single day, sometimes every hour. I never know these days. But I'm here to give you fit and strong. I need to bring this head bar out. And my goal here is to be able to show you exercises a little bit more advanced that help to offset muscular imbalances through sensory awareness. Hence why I want to bring props, because I really honestly believe that using a prop not only allows a student to concentrate more, but allows their sensories to become more heightened in what they do. And we're going to be working with something you might not have seen. You may have a Tie 4, which I love. I'll show you that in a little bit. And I've been working with the Tie 4 for many, many years. The Parasetter is one I just did. The Bender Ball, which I think is so, so important to, in terms of making sure that individuals in my classes are using the correct muscles, especially in those with bad back. So anything that I can help to put them in comfortable positions or heighten their sensory awareness is what I'm looking to do, because Pilates is amazing. I'm 67 years old, and if it wasn't for Pilates, I would not be doing what I'm doing today. So I want to talk a little bit. I'm going to bring my own outline up because I can't see the PowerPoint. So I'm just using this. So what is Pilates? And this is a term that I coined many years ago. I just believe that I always said to myself, as I was being trained in Pilates, and I actually have taken Pilates since I was 15 years old, but didn't get trained to teach until I learned with the physical mind. And I'm like, wow, this is really movement that makes sense. It totally makes sense. It's smart movement. So we came up with a phrase called intelligence in motion. It is movement that truly has a reason for what it's doing, in order for you to be conscious while you're doing it, but create a subconscious result. And I talked a little bit about that in my last presentation, that this is movement that makes the body strong by focusing on the core musculature of the body. That was Joseph Pilates' thing. And think about it. He did this in 1918 is probably when he started writing this stuff. A genius of a man that really knew how vital core strength was to the human body, right? It's more than just the exercises. It's about the core. And for those of you that don't know, there are 38 muscles in our core. That's a lot of muscles, right? And they're responsible to maneuver the body in a way that's efficient and productive. Very often we see individuals that are unfit, they're inactive. We have a very large inactive population in the United States. We know that, right? It's our job as instructors or fitness professionals to inspire them to move. And I believe they need to start with their core, because without core strength, those extremities, arms, legs, head, and neck are not going to move as effectively and efficiently as they should. It's about balance of muscle groups and balance of body from front to back and side to side. I like to say that Pilates takes a workout into a global sense. And when I say global, I'm talking about the entire body in 360 degrees around, not just front, back, or side to side. It enhances our flexibility and enhances our mobility, which is so important as we age. And we have a lot of active agers out there, me being one of them. But I would say once you hit the age of 20, you're an active ager, man, you're starting to age, right? And things can go wrong at that age. So, but more and most, I'm going to say most importantly, is the mental and physical health that we achieve from that. That is so important because it's not just about the physical, it's also about the mental. And what Pilates does is it forces you to concentrate. You have to really think about the movement that you're doing, because really, when you think about it, if you take any Pilates exercise, your body is moving 100% of the time. Every single muscle is working, because it just depends on what that muscle is doing. If we take the standing 100 or the seated 100 or any exercise, whatever muscle is moving, something has to stabilize it, right? So it's not that the body is not doing anything. So your body is working 100% of the time. So I like to tell people that Pilates makes you better at everything you do in life. Doesn't matter who you are, what you do, whether you're an accountant, whether you're a professional athlete, whether you are a skier, whether you are a runner, whether you are a biker, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, whether you're getting older and you're retired, Pilates is going to make you better at everything that you do and allow you to do your daily activity is really important. What are the benefits? I'm just going to briefly, quickly go through this. It's whole body fitness. I already talked about that. It's adaptable to, I'm going to say, every fitness level. There's no reason why we can't bring it down to any level. It creates strength without bulk because what do? We focus on the lengthening phase of the contraction, which is called the eccentric phase of the contraction, rather than the concentric. And we do both. It's just especially on the reformer, we really phase on the eccentric. We increase flexibility. We develop core strength. As a result of those three things right there, we improve posture. We increase energy, right? We promote weight loss with a long, lean appearance, and it increases that mind-body connection. To me, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 great benefits that every human being on the planet can benefit from. And it's a great thing. And luckily, it's starting to gain much more attention than it ever did before. When I first came into it, people say, what are you doing? Pilates, right? Pilates, right? It's like, but it's Pilates. It doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like it looks when you look at it, and it's really kind of funny what people think about. So I'm going to move this little ribbon again. The Pilates principles are really vital. What you can't see is right across, right over here in my studio, I have all of these on a big, actually, it's a framed picture that holds all of the principles, because every single week here, we decide to work on one principle. So next week, it's going to be control, right? So each week, and we go back, we round the clock. So these principles are embedded in my participants' brain and their body, so they really get an opportunity to do that. So we do the workouts based on what the principle might be for that week, right? So breath is number one, vital to life. Concentration, you can't do these exercises without concentrating, especially some of these that we're doing today. Centering, finding your ability to find your neutral spine and center yourself so that you have a neutral pelvis as well. Controlling your movement, not moving super fast, starting slow, progressing to a rhythmic flow, because we want the body to be able to move just really effectively and efficiently with precision. So nothing is really sticky or kind of out of sorts. Everything is done for a specific purpose, and the end result being creating flow. And when I say flow, when I talk to my students about the concept of flow, I'm talking about your ability to move gracefully from side to side, or front to back, however you are moving, that your body just moves with grace. And I think that is really important. And I can see that with my clients. When we start a new individual on our reformers, we don't allow them just to come in and jump into a class. We have them take a series of 6 sessions. It's mandatory, because I don't want them, number one, to feel overwhelmed where they're thrown into a class. But number two, I know that once I concentrate on these principles, that last principle, flow, is going to become very aware to me as their instructor in seeing how much they've improved in that small period of time. And in those 6 sessions, I see individuals going like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? How do I do it? What? To getting into it and their body beginning to understand. But there's a reason behind that. There's a reason behind that because this is movement that your body already understands. And I say this very often in all the workshops that I do, that Joseph Pilates' book called Return to Life, that was the first book he wrote, right? He understood that what he was doing was creating the ability of us to go back to when we were younger and understood just by it's just that we knew it's embedded into our bodies how the body moved. An infant, we don't teach an infant how to lift its head. We don't teach an infant how to sit up. We don't teach an infant how to crawl. We don't teach an infant how to roll over. These are sequential movement patterns that our body understands. So what we're doing is we're literally taking our clients back to a point in time that their body understands. And that's why it looks so great on everybody. I could go on that forever, but okay, now it won't go to my next slide. Why won't it move to my next slide? Hello. I may just have to chat from oh, there it is. Now we got too many. Let's see. It's like I got an internet connection. So strength and principle, strength, this is the next one. Okay, so strength and bulk. So in Pilates, we're working, there's a difference between bulk and strength, right? So bulk refers to the use of heavy resistance. In a Pilates room right here where I am, I have my reformers, I have my Cadillac, you can't see, which is in the other room next door. We have weights, but they're light weights. There's a difference in how we perform our exercises or work our exercises. We're creating the ability to enhance muscular endurance once they achieve the level of strength that their body did not have, right? Pilates also focuses on mental focus, breath, and internal body resistance. The result of all of the two, they get an extremely powerful way to train their body and their mind, and it's always really great. I am sorry that my PowerPoint is just not cooperating with me. Hello. Gotta give it one more second. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why it does this. It's crazy. Did you see that? I just found a new way to do it. All right. So now I'm going to go to Pilates. I've just found a new way to do it. Don't ask me. It's my little mouse that I'm working on now. So Pilates and balance. When we look at Pilates, it does give you the opportunity to enhance your balance properties in your body because we work on two things, stability and mobility, right? With Pilates, something moves put it this way, every exercise we do, something moves and something doesn't. What's not moving is stabilizing your body. What's moving is mobility, right? So we have the opportunity to work on stability and mobility both ways, and we're extremely core focused. In fact, that's paramount. That's what's most important, right? We are multitasked. We take simple movement and create a complicated concept sometimes, right? Because sometimes with Pilates, you feel like, whoa, I'm rubbing my head and patting my head with the same, but take the double leg stretch for a second, all right? We think about that. Our arms and legs are moving away from the center of the body. Everything's coming back. So when the arms are moving away from the body, my shoulder joint and my hip joint are moving, right? Right, but what is stabilizing everything? My spinal column, right? And that's really paramount to everything that we want to do. Okay, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to do this. So this next one, I have to apologize for being so, this is Pilates and core strength. I have to keep moving things around on my window on my side. It's all about core stability, right? Core stability. Pilates helps us also gain that core stability by using exercises that incorporate dynamic stabilization. So you can do a plank. Everyone knows what a plank is, right? You can hold that plank. That's a stable move. But when I start pulling a knee into my chest, right, and then take that leg back, or I start to rock back and forth, now I'm creating dynamic stabilization. That is a perfect example of that because we're challenging your body with balances. And that's so important from a standpoint of what we do in real life. We also help to increase flexibility in the spine to improve mobility while aging. I am also a rehab specialist. I get a lot of recommendations from from surgeons for individuals that have spinal issues. And it is amazing what we see as a result when they start doing Pilates. And these surgeons specifically refer them to Pilates because they know how effective it has been. We also have local stabilizer muscles that are much closer to the vertebral column, and those muscles make small adjustments through Pilates to allow the spine to really almost, I can't say 100%, but almost realign itself, which is pretty amazing. And then talk about Pilates and flexibility because of the fact that we emphasize on the lengthening phase through dynamic stretching of what we're doing. I'm going to show some examples of that, and I'll bring this point up when we get into the workout. So Pilates does enhance flexibility by working through dynamic ranges of motion. And for mental health, because of the breath work that we do, we use diaphragmatic breathing, right? Inhale through the nose. I choose to exhale through the mouth because in Pilates, I like to use the breath for strength. In yoga, they use a ujjayi, right? Ujjayi meaning breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your nose for a more meditative state. I can't say they don't use that in Pilates sometimes as well, but when I'm working through the exercises, I'm inhale through your nose, count of 4, exhale through your mouth, count of 6, diaphragmatic breathing, where therefore when I inhale, I feel an expansion of the whole torso, and as I exhale, it comes back together. As I inhale, what happens is an eccentric contraction of the pelvic floor muscles as the diaphragm drops. So all of that breathing really helps to enhance mental focus, but improve the core as well. It encourages correct blood flow, allows for better sleep. It improves mood through physical activity. Those of you that are Pilates instructors, I can't see everybody right now, but I would bet you there's a number of you that have clients like, I feel better than I did when I came in. I feel great after Pilates. It makes me feel wonderful. And that's why they keep coming back, because it feels good. I have some clients who go away on vacation. I couldn't wait to get back from my Pilates. You know, we've been in this particular studio for going on 5 years right now. I still have the same clients. They keep coming back. We have a 75% retention rate. That's pretty good. Why do they do it? Because it feels good. And we have a lot of men that come as well. So I'm going to go to my next one. Here we go. The foundational moves. The foundational moves, you're going to see that. Whoops, let me go back to the foundational moves. There we go. You'll see this in almost every exercise we do. Neutral spine, we talk about cervical nod, rib cage alignment through angel arms, pelvic clock, knee folds, flight. We're not going to go through each individual one because we don't have the time, but these are our foundational moves that make way for all of the other exercises that follow. And all of those exercises that do follow that are more, I hate to use the word advanced, let's just say more challenging, let's put it that way, all come back to one of these moves. So they're really good. Planes of motion, sagittal, meaning exercises that move front and exercises that go to the back. I'm extending my arm front. I'm extending my leg front. I'm extending my leg back, right? So flexion of the shoulder joint, extension of the shoulder joint, flexion of the hip, extension, right? Frontal is side bending, right? So that's anything that goes side to side, but that also is for my spinal column, right? It's also, never mind. Transverse is what I meant to go to next. Transverse means we have to use these two planes of motion in order to get here. So we have to add rotation to do that. Here's the beauty of Pilates, right? Pilates is probably one of the few exercise routines. If you would do the mat work exactly as it is from beginning to start, from exercise 1 to exercise 38, you have hit every single plane of motion. If you take each element out, you have to be careful. So if you're going to pick and choose, you need to make sure in your workouts that you are making sure that you're working through the sagittal, frontal, and the transverse plane. That's important. But if you just took the complete segment exercise routine as it was, you would hit it. So by just nature of the design that Joseph Pilates created, it hits all three planes of motion. So I'm going to be using today a ball, a band. I may not be using the band. We'll see where I get, but I am going to be using a Parasetter. I'm also going to use a Type 4. For those of you that are new with me today that weren't in my earlier session, the Parasetter and the Type 4 are two products that are from the Physical Mind Institute that I have been using forever, that I highly recommend. And I have to tell you that during this pandemic, they were popular to me before, but now my clients are in love, that they love using this because we had to revert to some online classes. And this was a great prop to be able to give them the feeling of being on the reformer, which was really kind of cool. So I'm going to show you those in a moment. And then the next one is we did that. And I think that's it. So this slide I'll bring back at the end so you know how to contact me, but I want to get into the workout. I'm going to stop sharing here, and there we go. And I'm going to bring myself down. Hopefully you can see all of the stuff that I have laid out there, right there. And I want to just double check my time, right? And we go until, let's see, we go to 1:40. So we get started. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Those of you that want to work out, I'm going to go gallery view for a second and get an idea of how many of you are going to be working out. Oh, everybody's got their cameras off. So no worries. I'll go back to my regular one. There we go. So I invite you to join me, all right? Or you can watch, whichever you do. And I'm coming over here so you can see. I'm going to bring this screen up a little bit just so I can introduce the products. And then I will take the screen back down. Let's see, we'll bring this up here a little more. All right, so I'm going to show you the different products I'm going to use. Number one, I'm going to put this on. I don't know how many of you have had the opportunity to work with the Type 4. If you have, I would love for you to put it in the chat and say, wow, yes, I have had the opportunity. It's a great product. I'm going to use this today. It's a wearable harness. And to me, I don't call it a wearable harness. I call it's your wearable reformer. So I put this on like a backpack, just like this. Right? And there are two different versions. This is the version, the Type 4X, I believe. SCW, you guys can find a ton more in June's play. Oh, shit, never mind. And I just tie this right onto my rib cage, right? So now, this is a very comfortable piece that crosses in the back, but look what I have. I have bungee cords. So there's 2 arm bungees. They're actually 1 cord, right? This is my arm bungees that I put my hands into. And I also put them on my legs. So what happens is, as I put, maybe I should come back so you can see me, because you can't see me here. Once I put this Type 4 on my body, I keep it on. I walk around the studio. I just tie it behind my back. So I'm going to just here, and it just, what does it do? It pulls me up. Exactly what it does. Can you see what this does? It makes me be aware of where I am in time and space. Right? So I'm just going to tie this around my waist for a moment because I want to show you some of the other products that I'm going to be using. The second is one that I used this morning already, and it was called the Parasetter. The Parasetter is a rolling system product, so I am confident that probably all of you have had the opportunity to work with a foam roller. This is a version of a roller. However, the difference between a roller, it is round completely, 360 degrees. It's flat on the back side. And down the front, in the middle, has a seam. So when you lay on this, your spinal column is resting in the center while the round rollers are activating the stabilizing muscles in your spinal column. And it elevates you. And it is so incredibly comfortable. And you get more sensory out of some of the exercises. If you took my rest and recovery this morning, for rest and recovery, this is awesome, but it's also equally incredible for doing challenging work as well. So we have the opportunity to do that as well. All right, so Parasetter. Third is a ball, right? Here you go. I'm using a bender ball, right? One of my favorite balls. I mean, you can get these balls. Doesn't have to be a bender ball. Leslie Bender happens to be one of my best friends. You know, I got to support her. So anyway, that's why I use her ball. And I have a band that I like to use as well. And when I have the Type 4 on, I don't have as much need to use the band because I have the bands right here on me, right? So I'm going to get started. Right? And we're going to start standing. So here's how this workout's going to go. We're going to start standing up. I'm going to take you to a roll down to then go to all fours. I'm doing this a little bit out of sequence. It's a little bit different. I'm going to put some music on. The music I have on right now is about 120 beats per minute. That seems like a lot, but it's not because I slow things down. So there's nothing done very quickly in this workout. It's going, and it's a good one, and that's a difficult one. This is a challenging one, but we're going to start standing up fairly easy with sensory awareness, and I'm going to be wearing my harness. I'm going to untie. I'm going to move back, put my music on, and we're going to get started. So I'm going to start with footwork. For those of you that have taken a Pilates reformer class, footwork is typically done on the reformer, and I'll put this on here. I'm going to lower this down too. Good. So don't worry about the music. It's background. But sometimes I do like to work on the beat. So we're going to start standing up. I'm going to raise my screen just one more bit so you can see me. All right. Nothing. I just have my Type 4 on, but I'm just going to stand and focus on my foot placement. So I want you to lift all 10 toes for me and then wiggle them. Then I want you to roll to the outside edges of your feet. This is where we don't want to be. I call this error analysis. I want my students to know where I don't want them. Now take your feet, roll inward, and notice how the arches collapse. Some of us have this naturally, right? So I want you to find the pad under your pinky toe, and then find the pad under your big toe, and then the weight on your heel, but you're not leaning back. You're dead center. Now I want you to focus on your knee joint. I want you to spin your knees out just a little. You're going to feel a lift in your arch. Hold on to that lift into your arch, but press back down the pad under the big toe. Push your feet into the ground and feel your body lift taller so that you can start to feel the turn on of the muscles alone. Those of you that have a Type 4 and are wearing it, when I put my hands through here and I reach the arms out to the side, it turns on so many muscles for me, elevates me, and allows me to lift my heart. All right, so I'm going to keep my hands in my loops. We're all going to place our hands on our hips here, and we're going to start with footwork. I'm going to have you lift your right foot, and put it down to the ground. I'm going to release my hands. I'm going to start to add the arms out to the side. On the other, I'm going to reach out a little longer, and I'm getting the benefit of the elastic resistance of the bungee cord. I'm going to lift up. Now I'm going to alternate, and I'm going to take the arms down and lift. Thumbs are up. Down and lift. Not too fast. I'm going to stop the arms and continue the feet. I'm going to rock to my heels, come up to the balls of my feet. Push the heels to the ground, lift all 10 toes. Toes down to the floor, lift up to the balls of your feet, drop the heels to the floor, turn the toes out. Here we go. Watch as I triangle my bungees. I'm adding some resistance, and then I lower and I release bungees. This is pretty awesome. And I'm going to roll, lift up to the balls of my feet. I'm getting arm resistance and leg resistance. I'm going to do one more. Perfect. Nice job here. So now we're going to move into hundreds. For hundreds, hundreds consists of what? Pumping the arms, right? So for those of you without the bungees, here's what we're going to do. And you'll join me. I'm going to have you take all of your weight and shift it. Push left leg into right. Take right toe forward. Turn your palms to face forward. Nice and tall as you exhale. You're going to press 4, 6 counts forward. Inhale back. Notice my right leg bending and straighten. I'm going to exhale. Press 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale back. 4 counts. Exhale forward. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Notice how I'm allowing my spinal column to round as I come forward and go sideways. I do this. So round, bending one knee, and then inhale 4 counts. And then exhale. Inhale. Great. I'm going to add the bungee to this. Again, I'm going to do, now as I add the bungee, I'm also triangling my legs and then pushing back. So I'm getting some resistance. One more on the side, then we're going to switch sides. Perfect. Now bring your heels together on the other side. Other foot comes forward. Get ready. And we're going to pump. Exhale 6. Inhale 4 counts. Exhale forward. Breathe. Now I'm going to add a challenge here. I'm going to do one more of these. Inhale. Open your heart. And then exhale. We're going to add a balance challenge here. On the next one, I'm going to invite you to lift that front leg up. Are you ready? Here we go. Exhale, lift that front leg up. I'm using my hand to hold and then pull back. Nice job. We're going to do one more of these. Exhale. I'm lifting my leg. Nice job. Bringing back to center. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to put all my weight onto one leg here. I'm going to take my left leg like a tree pose that is grounded. I'm going to triangle my legs, my leg bungees. You guys can take your arms to about here or here because this is going to be a balance pose, right? And what we're going to do is hold here. Now, straighten the leg out, reach. Pull it in, lower it down, lift it up. I'm going to reach the arms out further, back. I'm going to lower the arms as I come down. Now I'm going to take the arms. What I'm doing is pulling bungees up, extending the leg out. Whoops, I lost my balance. It's not so easy. Coming down, I'm going to do one more of these. Lift, extend out, pull it in. We call this frog. I'm going to do the same thing on the other leg. So here we go. Other side here. I have to do both sides. Your arms are going to be out for your balance, right? I'm going to keep my arms here because I've got bungee cords on either side. I'm going to lift up, straighten the leg, pull it in, and lower down. Do it again. Arms out, extend the leg, pull it in, and then lower. Here comes our last one. Lift, extend it out, pull it in, and then lower, release. I'm going to tie my bungees in a knot here in the front. I'm going to go to the back of my mat. So if you're on your mat, I'm going to go to the back. I'm going to clear my mat off a little bit. If you have a ball, you would keep the ball close by. So here you go, standing tall. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale the breath out. Another breath in, stand tall. Exhale. Now, with this next inhale, bring the arms to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, arms come down, raise your heels off the ground. Perfect. As the arms come up, push the heels down. We're going to get ready to roll down out to a plank position. Are we ready? Here we go. Chin comes to your chest. And as you exhale, we're rolling down. Bend your knees if you need to. And then we take a walk out to a plank position. Hold. Push away from the ground with both arms. I'm going to invite you to drop your knees down for a moment so you can bring your forearms down to the mat. Push your elbows, push away with your elbows. Extend one leg back. Extend the other leg back. Push away from the ground and hold. We're going to do a little saw going back and forth. We're going forward and then back and then forward and then back. We're going to add on in a moment. We're going forward and then back and one more. Beautiful, nice. And release. I'm going to ask you to grab that ball. If you have it, it goes right at your pelvis. And then we come back to your forearms on the mat and we lift one leg. Feel everything start to turn on and then the other leg on, up. I'm going to saw forward and back. Come forward, exhale, and then inhale. And then exhale. And then inhale. Two more of these. Exhale. And then inhale. One more. Perfect. We've got it. Nice job. Carefully bring the knees to the mat. Place your hands under each shoulder, round your spine. We're going to move into a kneeling position. So I'm bringing my Parasetter out. But you're going to kneel upright. The reason I love the Parasetter, it protects my knees, but it gives me a little bit more sensory awareness. We're going to begin with a thigh stretch. So ear, shoulder, hip, knee, all in line with one another. Reach the arms out. I'm going to use my bungee cords for this one because I really love the length that I get out of this. And my arms are out, and then I'm going to lean back. Inhale, 3 counts. Pause on 4. Exhale, pull up. Nice. We're going to do that again. Inhale, go back. We're going to move into a lunge after this. Exhale, come forward, reach. Nice. On this next one, inhale, go back, drop the arms. And then as you exhale, lift the arms up, pull those abdominal muscles in, hold. I'm going to make a big circle with my arms, really reach. Arms come back center. I'm going to go back. And then as I exhale, I come forward. Beautiful. I'm going to tie my bungee in front. From this position, we're going to take right or left leg forward into that lunge. Awesome. From here, stretching out a little bit of hip. Here's your arms. Take a deep breath. I'm going to exhale, reach. Arms up. Circle arms out and hinge forward. Do that again. Reaching up. Circle out and come forward. Nice job. One hand on my thigh. Other hand on the ground. Curling back leg under, out to a lunge. Reach out here, hold. Now, let go of the other arm, hold. Bring your body up. Let the arms come down first. Find your position. Pull those abs in. Good. Now, take the arms out in front. Drop the arm that is closest or same arm, same leg. Give me a twist, hold. Now, I could add my arm bungees to this as well. I didn't grab them first. I'm going to come back to center. I'm going to bring the knee back to the ground. Hands to the ground. Hand inside the thigh. Both knees down. Take a breath in. Exhale, round your spine into cat. And release. Coming up to a hinge, right? Hinge back. Keep your back straight. So I'm hinging and then lifting up. Notice it's my hip joint that's bending. That's all. And I'm coming up. I'm going to do one more of those, hinge back. When I come up, I take the other leg up. I'll add my bungees this time to show you what it looks like. So now, as we did before, lunge forward, hold, feel that stretch in the hip flexor, and come back. Arms can come by your side. Reach forward, level 1, and then come back. Level 2, arms come all the way up. Lift up, hold. Pull those abs in. Circle the arms out to the side as you come back. Lunge forward again, reach. Lift up, circle around. Hand comes to the floor. Back leg, toe turns under. Extend the leg back. Perfect. And then lift and hold. Take a deep breath in. Exhale that breath out. Come back in. Take yourself back upright here. Bring yourself back. Find that ear, shoulder, hip, and knee. Beautiful. Are you ready? I'm going to flip my back toe under and bring myself back to here. Reaching the arms out again. Back. And release. Nice job. I'm going to transition to a seated position, but I'm going to use the roller lengthwise. So what we're going to do is come to a seated position where you're in the center of your mat lengthwise. Right. Are you ready? So we're going to take our legs. Notice how I'm elevated here. Hang on, I'm going to bring this down a little bit so you can see me better. There we go. So I'm at the edge. Now the beauty of these bungees is I could assist myself to roll down, right? So I'm going to sit up, everyone without bungees on, reach your arms out in front, and you keep your arms there. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to roll down. Curl the tailbone under, exhaling as you do. The beauty of what I'm doing with the Parasetter is it aligning my spinal column along the whole beam. Hold here. Take a deep breath. Relax all of your muscles for a moment. Let your palms face the ceiling. Breathe in and then exhale out. Bring it back to where you're in neutral posture. Raise the arms up to the ceiling. The shoulder blades pull towards one together. If you're on a Parasetter, you have the ability to wrap your shoulder blades around the Parasetter. We're going to roll. I'm going to flex both feet, pushing out through my feet. The chin comes to my chest very slowly. 8 counts. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sit tall. Beautiful. Let's pause right here. Notice how I have to balance on this Parasetter. It's not so easy. Take another deep breath in and exhale, roll it back down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Arms come to the ceiling. Wrap your shoulders around, or think that you have a towel or something underneath you. My music disappeared for a second. As you exhale, I'm going to roll up again. Breathe out. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Rolling yourself up. Sitting upright. And now we're going to take a twist to one side. Twist. Come back to center. And then twist back to center. I'm going to take the bungee cords off of my arms. I'm trying to figure out what happened to my music. There we go. All right. So on this next one, while I'm seated up nice and tall, I'm going to roll back. I'm going to reach one arm behind me into a layout. Let your hand come to the ground. Perfect. I'm going to slide myself out, turn the palm to face up. And as I exhale, I'm going to lift that arm up. Feel the core kick into play. Come all the way up, round, and sit yourself up. Beautiful. We're rolling back partially, leaning back to a layout, palm on the ground. Slide it out. Thumb comes up to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, lift. We come all the way up. Sit as tall as you can. Beautiful. We're going to do one more. So we take that twist, that layout back, reach out, hand comes to the ground, slide. Turn the palm to come up. And as you exhale, you come up. Woo. We have one more. Take a breath in, twist. Here we go. Arm comes down, slide the hand out. Turn the palm up, and then lift. Find that core as you come up. We sit up nice and tall. Perfect. We roll back down one more time. Here we go. Now from here, once you're anchored or completely extended through from upper body to lower, we're going to pull one leg in, bring it to tabletop. Then the other leg comes in, bring it to tabletop. Nice job. We're going to take another deep breath in and raise both arms to the ceiling. Drop your shoulders. Awesome. And then we're going to take both legs straight to the ceiling, bend both knees, and I'm going to scoop my legs out, flex my feet, straighten up to the ceiling. Bend my knees, dropping down, and reach up. 2 more of these. Bend in. Now you can place your hands on the ground if you like. Really focus on those lower abdominals. And 1 more here. Scoop. Perfect. Lift, hold. Arms by your side. Rotate the hips out. Beautiful. Point your toes to the ceiling. Find your neutral spine. Give me a corkscrew one way and then the other. I'm going to breathe in to start. Exhale to bring it to the other side. And inhale, go. Perfect. We got it. We have 1 more here. Yes. Beautiful. And we're going to take 1 leg, bend it, and place it onto the floor. And I'm going to triangle my bungee out to the side. And I'm going to do a leg circle. So I'm going to keep this leg bent. I'm going to circle around. And then 2. Now, if you want to extend that leg out, you could. Switch legs. I would do about 10 repetitions. Not doing as many repetitions for lack of time. Last one. Perfect. So the beauty of this Thai 4 is it gives me the opportunity to get a little bit more resistance. I'm crossing my midline first. Circle and circle. And I'm going to reverse my circle again. Take it around. You got it. 2 more. 1 last one. Beautiful. Nice job. I'm going to bend the knee and take both legs out. And I'm going to bring the arms to the ceiling, shoulders down. I'm going to have my palms face one another here. Flex both feet. I'm going to exhale, bringing the chin to my chest and roll up. 1 vertebrae at a time. Sitting upright. Here we go. Whenever I look at you is when I lose my balance. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to come off my Parasetter for a moment. I'm going to tie my bungees behind my back because we're going to go into what I call a seated bridge to a pull through. So here we are. We're going to start with a bent knee. I'm going to put my bungees between my legs here so they're out of my way for a moment. So what we're going to do is take the hands with the fingertips facing forward or a slight turnout, shoulders down. We want to avoid the knees turning out. I could do that, protect my legs from doing that with the bungees, which would be great. So I put them here. So that forces my knees to stay in that one position rather than going out. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a breath in, elbows bent. You're going to push your hips up and push the knees forward and hold. Then I'm going to come back, but I'm going to pull my hips through my legs. I'm going to hold right here, pulling my abdominal muscles in. I'm going to come forward, lift my hips up, hold, and as I exhale, I bring those arms through. I should say, not my arms. I bring my butt between my arms. We're going to do 2 more of these. Lifting up. This is very difficult. Exhale. Breathe, breathe, breathe. We have 1 more. Pull it through. Here comes our last one. Exhale, pull, and only do about 3 of these. Woo! And relax. Sit up tall. Woo! Hands out to the side. Just lean back. Take a nice stretch. Point your toes. Flex your feet. 1 more time here. Beautiful. So now we're going to scoot forward on our mats. Do rolling like a ball. I like to take the ball and put it between my knees for this. All right, I'm going to show 2 versions. 1 with the ball and 1 with the Thai 4. All right, so sorry, my microphone came out. So we begin lifting 1 leg off the ground and the other imbalancing. I'll take a deep breath in. Drop your shoulders, Draw those noses towards your knees or towards the ball. I'm going to roll back. Roll and come up and balance. I'm going to do that again. Rolling back and then balance. I'm going to do one more and I'm going to pause just to change my apparatus, because what I can do here is take the bungees inside my legs and then grab them here. And now I'm holding on to bungees and it's pulling my legs together, nose towards my knee. I roll back. I come up. This gives me assistance. Rolling back, coming up. I'm going to do two more of these. Roll. We're getting ready to do a little bit of a rollover. Last one here. Nice. Awesome. Release. Take your ball. Hold it in your hands. And we're going to roll ourselves down to the mat. Then we're going to pull our knees up and put the ball under your tailbone. Tailbone, not your back, under your tailbone. Right? So what we're going to do here is I'm holding my bungees out to the side. We're going to straighten our legs to the ceiling. And this is where I'm going to begin. So I'm going to let my legs move away, pointing my toes, and then flex my feet and come over. Now I can come over more easily with the ball here. It gets me or my clients to have an easier time to roll over. You will have to adjust your ball. Bend your knees. Let's now extend those legs straight out and flex your feet. Take it over. Roll over. Whoo! And then we come back. Nice. Bending knees. We push out. We have one more. Roll. This time, let's separate both legs and roll down. The ball gives the ability to get over a little bit easier because they're almost there already. It's really kind of nice. I'm going to take the ball away and we're going to roll ourselves up. Great. I'm going to straighten both legs, both arms out in front. This time I'm going to take the ball between my feet. Right? So that's going to keep my knees facing the ceiling. Reaching the arms out in front, take a deep breath in. And as I exhale, I'm going to roll. Hang on, I want to untie these because put this more in front this time. All right, so I'm going to roll down, and I could use these bungees to take me down as well. Beautiful. Now from here, as I exhale, take a deep breath in. Pull those legs up. Nice. Bend your knees in. Remove the ball. Right? And now we're going to take both legs straight to the ceiling. We're going to point the toes, reach them away. And as you exhale, we're going to come over and we're going to grab onto the small of our back. Now I'm looking up at my toes, so I'm not hyperflexing my neck. I'm going to shoot my legs back a little bit. And I can feel the bungees tightening on me. I'm going to take one leg and shoot it out. Come back up and do the same thing on the other side. Bend my knee. Push down and lift up. Breathe in. Exhale as you push out and lift. Bend your knee. Exhale and push. We have one more. And we have last one here. Great. Nice job. Bend both knees to diamond shape. Roll yourself down. I have bungees that I'm going to cross and then allow for a better stretch. So I'm going to let my legs come to the ground and feel a nice stretch and just hold. I can actually put these on the outside of my legs and feel a nice stretch, just holds me there. Typho gives me all these opportunities to do this. Awesome. Are we ready for teaser? So we're going to do teaser next. We're going to unravel and hands by your side. Find your neutral spine. Think. We could do this on the Parasetter as well. It's a little bit more difficult. So think energy going through your feet and then reach the arms to the ceiling. We're going to start with a bent knee. So now extend your ankle joint. Pull your legs in. Keeping your legs bent at a tabletop position. Arms go out to the sides. Slide down by your hips. Chin comes to your chest. And as you exhale, pull yourself up to a bent knee. If I had my son here, I have no idea how, excuse me, my phone is ringing. An iPad. I don't know how the phone can ring on an iPad. How weird is that? All right, hold here, right? And now we're going to roll ourselves down. I'm going to let go of the bungees, and I'm going to roll myself down, and then bring the arms back out and up. Here we go, arms out to the side. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, pull. Reach those legs out. Think out with the legs and lift. Perfect, we got it. Rolling down and all the way around. And then one more. Take a deep breath in. Really think of legs reaching outward, 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 outward. Reach, lift, 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 hold. Now from here, palms down. Let those legs lower a little bit. Little. Exhale, pull up. And again, inhale down. Exhale, pulling up. Last one here. Whoa, I'm losing it. Sorry, inhale up. I should be having my Type 4 to pull it up. See that difference? And roll all the way down. Nice job. Whew. Now, arms up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Flexing both feet, pushing out through the heels of your feet. Draw the chin towards your chest. As you exhale, we're going to come up. Great. Sit up and moving into control balance. This is a hard exercise. So we're going to roll down. Now as we roll all the way down, arms are going to come over your head. Woo! Now take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to bend your knees into tabletop. Holding this position, straighten both legs up to the ceiling. Flexing both feet, energy through the heels of your feet. As you exhale, come over. And you may not get all the way over, that's okay. I'm going to try to grab one leg and straighten this other leg up. I'm going to roll. I'm holding onto my leg. I'm going to take it over. Bring the other leg with me. I'm going to kick that leg up and exhale, roll. I'm going to do one more. Take it over. Kick that leg up and roll. Nice and tall. Hope you're with me. It's not easy. This is not easy, right? Roll down, roll, roll, roll. Here we go. Arms come over your head. Exhale, bend your legs to tabletop. Straighten both legs to the ceiling. Flex your feet. Now you could also put that ball under you to help. Other leg lifts up. Roll. I come back. That leg comes over. And then I stretch it up. Reach. I'm going to do one more. Roll. Reach. All the way up. Whew. Have a seat. All right. Now, cross both one leg over the other. Here you go. Reach the arms out in front. Sit nice and tall. I'm going to cross my bungees to help. Reaching out now across. Take a deep breath in. Roll. Get ready. Nice tall spine. Curl the tailbone under. Rolling yourself back. Now I'm going to pull on these bungees to help me bring those legs up. And then I'm going to go over my head for boomerang. I'm going to crisscross the legs. And then I'm going to start to roll. Now this boomerang becomes a teaser. I'm holding on to the bungees. If you don't have bungees, the arms go out to the side and you roll and come to a teaser. So you're holding that teaser position, and then you take your hands behind your back, slowly lowering the legs, reaching all the way forward. So these bungees make this a little bit easier for me. Here we go, shoulders down, rolling back, hands down. Grab your bungees if you have them on. Start to pull those legs up. Those legs go over. Once I'm here, I cross one leg over the other, and I grab the bungees again, or my ends are here. And as I exhale, so I could pull myself up, or I could go into my teaser hold. Whew, that's without the bungees, but the bungees have helped me get here. And reach, and then come all the way forward, reach, and then roll up. Whew, nice job. We're going to come over to our side, and I'm going to bring the Parasetter out because I like to do side lying on this because it gives me more balanced challenges. So I'm going to come up to where I can place my forearm on. I'm going to have one leg bent and one leg straight. Now with the bungee, I could just pull the leg up, right? So I have a really nice opportunity to get assistance here. I'm going to swing the leg forward, swing it back. Now, the key to side lying is to be in control of what's happening underneath your torso here. So we don't want to collapse. We want to keep pushing up. So use that upper body to help you. Bring it forward. Bring it back. There we go. Nice. We have 2 more of these. And we have 1 more. Now we keep it here. And we abduct. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift. Nice job. Now knees together. Slide the knees a little bit forward. Here we go. I'm nice and tall. Lift and lower for clam. Woo! Hard to balance on this Parasetter, but that's what I love about it. It's forcing me to use the correct stabilizing muscles. 2 more. 1 last one. Perfect. Enough. We're going to switch to the other side. So we come to the other side. Same thing. Forearm on my Parasetter or on the mat. And I'm going to have 1 knee bent. If I'm working with a mat, I sometimes like to bring that leg from knee to ankle to the front edge of the mat. Or here, since I'm on the Parasetter, I've really got to line myself up. It gives me a nice opportunity to do that. So I could, as I did on the other side, I could pull this, and this assists me to pull the leg up, lift and lower. Or I can just take it up without the bungees and lower down. 2 more. 1 more. Beautiful. Last one here. Now flex that foot. Bring it forward. This one is such an important one because we get hip flexion and great hip extension out of this. Take it back and then front and then back and then front. We have 2 more. Reach and forward. 1 last one. Reach back. Beautiful. Nice job. Then bring your leg back so that we slide the legs back a little bit, keeping the feet together. I'm going to take the bottom bungee over here and I lift. Now I get resistance with the bungee from the opposite leg. Lift. Now, I don't know if you noticed, I caught myself rocking back. You've got to keep those hips stacked on top. Lift. And then lower. 2 more. And then lift. And then lower. And then lift. Nice job. So I'm going to take this away and grab my ball. Placing the ball right at my hip level. Pretending I don't have bungees to give you another variation of an exercise. Here we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hand to the mat. Ready? So what I want to do is I want to pull my knee to my elbow, and then I reach all the way back, but then I come up to my wrist when I pull up. Now here's my rotation. Lifting up, reaching back, lifting up. I'm making sure that I'm coming up to my wrist and then coming back to the elbow. 2 more of these. Lifting up, reaching back. 1 more to go. Lifting up, reaching back. Nice job. Come to the center. Take your ball to the other side. Right here. Now, I'm starting kind of on my elbow, right? So I'm lifting here, and I come up to the wrist. Now I reach to the elbow, stretching back, and then coming up. Reaching back, coming up. Perfect. We have about 3 more of these. And come up and go back. 2 more. Lift. And go back, and 1 more. Lift.
Here's your 10-minute warning.
Thank you. And come back. Nice job. Great. Take the ball behind your back. Right? I'm going to cross my bungees in and just put them inside my legs. Keep the ball here. And from here, I'm going to come back and extend both legs out. The further my legs are away, the more application I'm going to get to the core. So I'm going to reach the arms out front, level 1, or this could be level 1, right? I'm going to roll back and reach the arms and pull the whole body up, and then the arms come down. Lean back, reach the arms, whole body comes up. The arms don't move until you come back. Leaning back, stretching out, pulling up and release. One more time. Back, reach the arms, lifting up and coming back. Nice job. So now take your hands to your temple, lean back, pull one knee in, and we're going to pull the other in. So now I'm going to do alternate and twist and twist. Now I've got bungees here, so I could be alternating and pulling. At the same time, I could also add the hand bungees to place between my hands to get even more. And then reach, and then reach. Two more. Here's one. Here's two. Come on over. Great. I'm going to go back to my Parasetter because I'm going to sit upright on here, forward with a diamond position with my legs, and taking my hands over my inside of my knees and just relaxing down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the breath out. Another inhale. Exhale that breath out. We have one more inhale. Exhale, slowly roll up. Take your time. Sitting up tall. Place your feet flat on the mat, knees bent. Wrap your hands around your legs and focus on your breath. Inhale, and then exhale. Another inhale, and then exhale. Two more of these. Inhale, and then exhale. Give me one more inhale, and then exhale. Beautiful. So I'm going to move my Parasetter off to the side. I'm going to move our legs to the side and work our way to all fours. Curling both toes under. We're going to do a knee lift off. We could do this on the Parasetter too. I'm going to lift the knees off, shift the weight back. Push the heels to the ground. Hold. Walk your hands to your feet. Separate your feet about as wide as your shoulders. Grab both elbows. And just relax. Take a deep breath in. Exhale your breath out. Inhale. And then exhale. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Now release the arms and take your hands on top of your knees, on top. Lift your heart so that we are now about parallel to a figure 7. I'm going to take off my bungees and put them onto my hands. And then we're going to start to reach the arms out to the side and stand up and reach the arms up. What I love about the Thai 4 is I feel a stretch completely from the top of my body to the bottom. Here we go. So reach. Legs are hip width apart, right? Arms side. Rotate your hips out. Toes are out. Nice. Drop one arm and stretch. Hold. Sweep that arm down in front of your body. And then with the other side, stretch. Reach. Both arms down. Reach the arms back. Bring your feet together parallel. Squat down. Open up. Squat down. We're almost done. Open up. 2 more. Squat down. Now stay down. Let's stay here. Hold. Lift your heels. Push the heels to the ground. Lift the heels. One more. Lift the heels. Stay on your toes. Stand up tall. Tall, tall, tall. Reach, 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 reach. Palms go out to the side. The heels slowly come down. We have one more. You go. Exhale down. Reach the arms forward. Heels are down. Transition to heels off the ground. Straighten up. All the way up. Whoops, I lost my balance for a moment. Reach. We're going to try one more because I messed it up. We have one more here. Reach forward, forward. Lift your heels. Straighten up. Arms out. Woo, nice job. Reach one side down. Come back up to the other side. And then I'm going to release my bungees. Take a deep breath in. Perfect. Hands go out. Hands come here. Take a twist to your right side. Toes face forward, please. And then coming back. Take that twist to the other side. Come back center. Release the arms. Arms up. Hands come to your heart center this time. Pressing your palms together. Twist to your right side. Come back to center. Twist to your left side. Release arms down. Inhale. Arms come to heart center. And relax. Nice job. Awesome. I'm going to come and approach you guys up to the front. I'm going to put you in gallery mode and see everybody. How'd we all do? Hey, everybody. Hey, hey. Thumbs up. Yay, yay, yay. Any questions? I'm going to look in the chat and see what we have here. Nope. I think we're good. If you would put your cameras on so I can see you guys, and feel free to ask any questions. It was so fun. I love this workout. I do it purposely a little slower. You guys are awesome. I know I love the rollovers too, and I know not everybody can do them, but that's why I showed you with the ball, because they're really an important exercise, and I know how difficult they can be. So if I was working with a beginner, I would be doing a whole different approach than what we did here. There's no question. But I wanted to show how the apparatuses really can help, especially putting the ball under the tailbone. They're halfway there. What do you do if you can't roll over? Well, I don't do the exercise, be honest. I want to take time to build up the strength, because that's a really good question. So let me address that. The question was, what do you do if you can't roll over, right? What we have to do is be able to become more flexible in the hamstrings and more flexible in the lower base of the spine. So what I would do is have them lay on their back and come forward. So rolling forward rather than rolling back. So trying to do that first to really loosen up the spine and work on opportunities to do that. I have these bungee cords on, and the bungee cords are like, it's like having a reformer with your legs and straps, right? So that's what I love about it. And that's what my clients loved about it, because here's what happened to me during COVID, right? We shut down, the studio shut down. And my clients are used to being on equipment. They're not huge mat people. They're just not. I have 300 clients, and they all like the reformer and the equipment. So I had to come up with a solution, right? How much is the bungee? I think it runs about $50, if I'm not mistaken. If Joan Breitbart is still on here, she can let me know. But I will find that out for you. By the way, there's a slide that I'm going to have you take a picture of before I leave. You get 10% off of all products. So I'll let you put that scanner in so you know. But I want to go back to what I was saying about how we introduced the Type 4 is during COVID, because of the fact the individuals didn't like not being on the reformer, so they didn't want to sign up for my online mat classes. So we got them in by being able to give them equipment. And you know what I did? I bought them all. They reimbursed me. I drove all the equipment to their home. I literally did. I'm like, we're going to work out. My husband thought I was nuts for a whole week. I was dropping off the owner of Body Bar. You've all heard of Body Bar, right? He lives down the street. I had him give me body bars, and I'm delivering things to people's homes so that we can get them to work out. So you have to arm them with something, because they felt like the questions, what if I can't? They can. People can do this. The human body was designed to do this. The only reason someone cannot do a rollover is they have steel rods in their back. Other than that, the issue is muscular, and it's got to do with ratio flexibility to balance, right? So it's a matter of teaching them that, and lo and behold, they're able to do it with some assistance. Then it becomes really great, because they get bored with doing the same thing over and over again. And mat class is 38 exercises, and reformer is 650. That's a big difference, right? A huge difference. So in order to capture my audience back, this is what I had to do. I had to find ways to make them feel like they were getting that same workout that they were so used to getting in my studio, because they didn't like mat classes. Mat classes were not popular on my schedule. They just never were. It's reformer, it's Cadillac, it's springboards, and all that stuff. That's what we have here. But anyway, I hope I was able to give you some ideas. And my email, I'm sure he put it in the chat. I'm happy to email you back with any questions that you have. My on-demand program is starting at the beginning of April. So if you're interested, we'll be doing on demand. I'm so excited about that. I can't wait. It's going to be Pilates and more. So I'd love to see you there. And I'll keep you posted. And we're going to have a whole segment of things for Thai 4. There's another individual who does a lot of great Thai 4. Her name is Ashley Benson. So if you look at ashleybensonfitness.com, if you haven't heard of her, she's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. And she's been working with the Thai 4 for years and has had a Thai 4 online program for 4 years. That's prior to COVID, and she's had a really big following with that. Thai 4 is amazing. It's an amazing piece of equipment. The Parasetter is great. The ball is great. The band is great. Everything, every prop that we utilize gives our students the opportunity to do something that they haven't been able to do before. And that's the key. And then they learn how to do it by themselves. I mean, if I can do it, I have, trust me, they can do it. I have knee surgery. Do I have who do not have anything but a band and ball? Email me and I'll give you some recommendations. Absolutely. Yes. Because there are substitutes for a band and a ball. Well, there are substitutes for you can do. So email me and we can chat about that. I just want to say thank you guys for coming. It's always a pleasure working, and I miss training you guys, and I want to see everybody live, but this is good. It's just that I can't do hands-on. If you're with me in a convention, I'd be walking the floor and trying to help you be able to do that, and I can't see everybody. But if everybody would turn their cameras on, because I want to take a picture. I'd love to get a picture. I want to post this on Facebook. Let's see. I'm going to do here. Here you go. I just got to get everybody's face. Now I get to see everybody. Heather, there's an iPhone. Gina, smile. Big smile, everybody. Yay. Thank you. It is my pleasure, as always. I got to go get on a webinar now. So you have a great afternoon, and lots of love and all that other stuff. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Have a great afternoon, guys. Bye-bye.